Alam mo, I was given this morning a prepared speech. It was all motherhood statements, and I felt that I had to do something more for the country. For it is my moral duty, my obligation, by my oath of office, that you should know what is happening to the country. Alam mo, ang problema natin is criminality, drugs, corruption, human trafficking, at yung corruption lalo na sa gobyerno. Dito sa criminality, iisahin ko na lang. Lalong lumala ang ating law and order with the advent of just give the tikas pahinga, please. Sorry. Give the tikas pahinga to the troops.
Tikas! Ha!
The law and order of the country had become really a very serious problem for all of us. It has deteriorated with the advent of drugs because of the corrosive effect of money. I am very sad. But on the drug scene, we all long suspected na may maraming mga police sa gobyerno na involved sa drugs. I am not ready yet with the other branches of government agencies sa kagaya ng customs. I still have to validate it, but I already have the raw information. I am compelled by my sense of duty na sabihin sa inyo lahat, lalo na yung mga pulis na nasabit sa droga, one way or the other, who contributed to the deterioration of the law and order of this country. What is really, I said sad, is that ito yung mga tao who are given the honor to join the academies of our country, be it the PNP or the PMA, at the expense of the public. And they had this career of theirs. All along, tayong mga mamamayan thought that we are being protected by the police, primarily. Masakit pakinggan kasi, ginastusan mo na, binayaran mo yung pag-aaral niya, lahat ng uniforme, pati medyas niya, pati sapatos, gastos mo. Tapos you commit. By any language, it is really treason. And I'd like to name publicly General Marcelo Garbo. He was a protector of the drug syndicates in this country. General Vicente Luot, who is now the mayor of Cebu, in one of the municipalities of Cebu. General Diaz, the former regional director of Region 11. General Pagdilao, former regional director in CRDO. General Tino, former QCPD director. As this time, I ordered them relieved from their assignments and report to the Director General. I would like to talk to them, but certainly I would expect the Police Commission to do their thing. Imbestigahan ninyo ito at huwag ninyo akong bigyan ng sarsuela na Hanapin ninyo ang totoo. Kasi overnight, I was really trying to figure out. I do not necessarily humiliate people. It's not my practice. Politiko ako eh. Kung mayor-mayor lang ako, o wala naman akong kasali dyan sa bayan na yan, the Republic of the Philippines, eh okay lang. But dumating ako sa posisyon na to, and I said, I have this sacred obligation to the Filipino people. By my oath of office, I have to tell you the truth. And the truth for the moment is, ito after so many validations, even when I was still mayor of Davao City, lumalabas na itong mga pangalan na to. Talagang lumalabas na. At nakikita mo na mga yon with the intensification of the criminal syndicates and the drug distribution, marami nang namamatay. At marami pang mamamatay. At huwag kayong sumali niyan, baski polis kayo, baski official kayo, because you will place yourself in the line of fire. Hindi ako mayabang, politiko ako. I mean, I keep silent, or basta sige lang, ariglo ito, okay lang. Pero huwag ninyong sirain ang bayan mo. I've been warning everybody. At the end of my speeches, when I was campaigning for the presidency, I always ended by saying, do not destroy my country because I will kill you. Do not destroy the young people of this country because I will kill you. Kung hindi pa naman sapat sa lahat yan, ewan ko. What else? So, the campaign against drugs will continue. Hopefully, in the fullness of God's time, I may not be able really to clean it 3 to 6 months, but by the time siguro 3 months, 6 months and 1 day after, medyo tapos na. May partida lang isang araw. So you work overtime, and I'll be there with you to supervise everything. Now, let me be very, very clear. I have called upon the armed forces of the Philippines to help. Paswerte ako kasi si Presidente Arroyo, during her watch, raised the level of the drug problem as a national security threat. And therefore, paving the way for me to ask the armed forces of the Philippines, Air Force, Navy, Army, to help in the campaign. Mabutit na lang nandyan yung, I said it was a approximation, I think, of President Arroyo long before. It's going to be a dirty fight. It's going to be a bloody fight. I am not apologizing for it. And may I tell all and sundry, lahat, even the international community, lahat na mga disgrasya, magkakaso, anumang kaso, under the revised penal code, in the fulfillment of your duties as public authority, akin yan. Mine and mine alone. I assume full legal responsibility for it. Huwag kayong matakot basta nasa tama tayo. Just observe the law. Hindi kasi, alam mo, when I tell itong mga bugok, alam mo pa pagsabi ako, shoot to kill, it means to say that when you are there hunting for the idiot and you think that there is a fight that would result in your demise, then why would you die? Shoot first, but only when you think that your life is in danger. That is a pabalik-balik yan sa 2 years. Yung mga polis na 2 years lang ang ano. Yung lalo ng graduate ng PNP, alam ninyo yan. So itong mga media na to, hayaan mo yan. Hindi naman dumadaan ng polis yan. All of them are not lawyers. When I say reward, dead or alive, it's mean the same thing. There are laws to be observed before you do it. What am I into in my messages? I just want you to be brave at huwag kayong patakot-takot mamatay dahil trabaho ninyo yan. Pinili naman ninyo yan. Hindi naman kayo pinilit na magpunta dyan. Ngayon, kung pupunta ka sa pulis, yan ay masakit. Kayo lahat, ha? It's not the appropriate time for me to be lecturing. Pero kayo, do not within the 6 years that I will be. Huwag yung kayong magkadisgrasyahan tayo niya. Sinasabi ko yung madidisgrasya kayo. At madidisgrasya kayo. Hindi ako urong dito. And I said, I would stake my honor, my life, and even the presidency. Kaya kong bitawan yan. I do not have any illusions about being there all the time or hanging onto the pressure. Nandito na rin ako, gawin ko ang gawin ko. Kasi maraming presidente dumaan sa bayan natin na ano nangyari? Kasi hindi ninyo pinapakinggan eh. Ayan ang mahirap. Now the problem with let me give you a lecture about the human rights. Sabi nila noon, ito si Duterte is advocating for death by hanging. Heinous crimes. Kasi noon, meron tayong death penalty. Anong sinasabi nila? Really, the naivety of a human being. Meron man tayong human rights noon, Mayor Duterte. But hindi man ako yun. Sabi, it is a deterrence. It might deter, prevent, obstruct, or at least make him realize that there is a death penalty. Kaya dapat takutan, it deters him from committing a crime. Sabi nitong mga, gusto pa ko yung ulo ninyo eh. Itong mga to, nandiyan naman yan. Taba bakit? Wala man. Did it deter crimes from committing? Did the criminals? Why? So what is the reason? I'll give you a reason, very simple. Because it was not implemented, and it was as if there was no death penalty provisions under the revised penal. Nandiyan eh. Until, at least, so wala na yung batas. Mukhang tinumba mo na. But it could be re-implemented. Dito ngayon ako, humihingi ako na ibalik yung death penalty at deterrence. And hindi kasi nila sinasabi yan eh. Retribution. Deterrence, baka ma-discourage ka, pero pagka nagkamali ka, you pay. And that is retribution. Magbayad ka sa kasalanan mo. Bakit ka Ngayon, rape with homicide, nakakalabas. They can always threaten the witnesses. Ganito nga, sinasabi ko. Pati ang pulis. Commit crimes, dyan sa EDSA, harap-harapan, nag-kidnap ng tao, anak ka ng, para naman siniswerte talaga. Let's say kayo. Inaabuso ninyo ang Pilipinas, and I will not go for it. Yan sila, even the heinous crime. If they commit it, nawawala lang yan sila. Then sasabihin nila na nag-iwol na, but he's just there. He's not being arrested because he's police officer. Or because kaparo nila, o gano'n. So napile yung kaso, pagtawag ng testigo, o wala. So yung kaso, matabi muna, archive. In the meantime, itong mga gago, papasyabat, nagkakiramdam lang yan siya. If the witness is already dead, if the witness is transferred to other places, if the witness cannot be located because he has paid the server. I was doing trial work. Nagpo-prosecutor ako 10 years. Babayaran ng server, tapos ilagay cannot be located or have transferred residence. Kaya pagdating niya, malaman niya yung ganon, ayos na, he appears suddenly before the judge. So surrender yan. Your Honor, my client would like his realization about his, mga melodramatics. He's now ready to face the consequences of the act. Murder, kidnapping. Okay? He is, if non-bailable, is sent to a penal institution somewhere. Diyan lang yan siya. The next day, trial. Abogado, Your Honor, we are ready. That is why we surrendered because we expect justice immediately. Kung may kasalanan kami, pakulong na kaagad, Your Honor. Ready kami for trial. Pagdating ang server, Piskal, prosecutor, ready? Your Honor, I am sorry to inform the court that I have no witness at this time. Why? Your Honor, the service of the summons says he cannot be located. Walang gagong piskal sa Pilipinas maglabas sa opisina niya, maghanap ng testigos niya. Walang gagong pulis, utusan mo na hanapin mo yan. I order for the arrest. In the meantime, sabihin ko, if my witness will not appear, I will move for his arrest. And then I will ask the judge, maghintay ka, judge, kasi hinahanap ko pa yung witness ko. But on the third postponement, Piskal, ready? Your Honor, I'm not ready, Your Honor. Why? Same answer, Your Honor. They will invoke, Your Honor, sabi ng defense, I move to dismiss the case because my client has been deprived of speedy trial, which is guaranteed under the Constitution. The judge cannot do anything. And a dismissal because there are no witnesses or there is no witness is a dismissal with prejudice. Meaning to say, you cannot file the case anymore. Anong gawin ko? Non-fiscal ako. I just can really bite my tongue. Ngayon, isipin mo ako ngayon, kung ganunin mo ang korte, ganunin mo ako, ganunin mo ang bayan, ano mangyari sa iyo? Mamili kayo. Mamili kayo. Huwag ninyong lukuhin ang bayan sa panahon ko kasi hindi ako papayag. That goes for all. Criminality, hanggang ngayon hindi pa makuha. So, nandito yung ating Director General, yung kidnapping, yung mga karnapping. Ito si Evangelista, yung ardent na sabak ngayon. Ito yung tatay na nag-drive doon sa kasa ng kotse. May-ari man siya, anak niya. Diretso-diretso na kinarnap, sinunog pa yung katawan. Bakit mo ba ganunin kung patay mo na yung tao? Bakit mo susunugin? Kung ilantad mo lang rin dyan, bakit mo? Why do you? Itong mga Chinese community, time and again, about siguro mga 42, 43, I do not know. But I'm sure over 40. Kidnap, anak, bata, magbayad, ransom, wala na. Sige pa rin, hingi-hingi. Yung pala, wala na talaga. Pero sa Davao, sabihin ko sa inyo totoo, lahat ng kidnap doon, patay. Hindi ko kayo tinatakot. You go and check the records. Lahat ng kidnap sa Davao, patay. Hindi ako nagtatakot. I'm not addressing myself to the human rights. All I care. I said, I'm ready to go down. I'm ready to stake my honor and even my life. Stop. Then we have the corruption in government. Again, it has to stop. decades of corruption. Wala na talaga ang tao mapunta. Baski ako nung fiscal ako, I want to go to the postal office to get my things there. And even my mother, may pinapadala yung magbayad talaga. Stop. You place yourself in jeopardy of going to prison. Lahat yung mga fixer-fixer, stop. I hope Faildon would do his thing, stop corruption sa customs. At si Billy Dulay, I know him, very good, he's honest. I hope he can deliver. I don't mind na it will be a lesser income for the government. I am prepared for that. But do not, yung mga BIR, stop because I will make a trail out of it. Lahat ngayon binabantayan. And I will use technical if you understand what is technical. Makikinig ako sa iyo. That's the only way to fight corruption. Illegal, legal. Of course, it is illegal. Only when I present the evidence in court. Pag hindi ko present yung evidence sa korte, ayaw kita ipakulong, patayin kita, di wala. Tabla rin. Mahirap kasi yung gano'n. Siguro, pati terorista, that is our problem. The coming serious problem of the country, terrorism. We have to beef up the police. I need about 3,000 men more. There are problems of the country that are confronting us eyeball to eyeball. I cannot move. I have to bide my time because I need equipments. The things that I saw na wala dito, which I cannot discuss with you, but which I can discuss with the military and the police. Panahon na, I am sure that this is a time for, landing softly. Kayong nabubuhay dyan with the extra frills or ang sweldo mo, per day mo lang yan kasi mayroon kang kinikita. Well, this time, we have to learn how to live frugally and tone down. If you are used to buying cars for everybody in the family, well, I'm sorry. Do not do that because I will, the lifestyle checks would be all the year round. And I would know from your garage, kung tignan ko, kung ilan ang kotse mo. Ganon. I'm sorry I have to say this in public, in front. But before I forget, I'd like to congratulate and my salute to the Philippine Air Force on their 69th anniversary. I have seen you in action. I've been mayor for 23 years. We did a lot of things together. Yung iba na retire na, yung iba nandyan pa. Sabagay kayong, those of you who have observed me close, na maintindihan na ninyo ako. These are the things I cannot really swallow. And there are things which I cannot swallow until now, but I cannot move because naghingi lang ako ng timing. So, lahat ito kasi kailangan natin. More than at any other time, ganon din announce ko, na kailangan ninyo tumulong sa bayan. I am sure that kayong mga security forces, you will have all the things that you need. I will see to that. Lahat kailangan. We will acquire more helicopters and night vision capability. Yan ang nag-hamper. If I have that, then we can improve our performance. Good that we are talking to the Communist Party of the Philippines. Doing well, and we hope to have a firm agreement by the end of the year if Season would come home. I am ready to give him a safe conduct pass. And yung Tiamson spouses, pati si Halandone, I am not ready to release everybody. Only after the success of the talks, if there's one coming our way, bago ko sila i-release all. Then we can grant amnesty for but they have to lay down their arms. Mindanao, we have so many protracted wars there. I am talking to the MILF. I've been communicating with Noor. Maybe I will go to Holo and talk to him before we formally agree to talk officially. I have my team already. I would not mention them now, but they are ready sa government side. Abu Sayyaf, I said, there will always be a time for reckoning, and it will come. Hintay lang kayo. On the West Philippine Sea, we remain optimistic that the judgment will be in our favor. And if it's not, then we will accept it as part of a country who honors international commitments, that is by the UNCLOS. If it's favorable to us, let's stop. We are not prepared to go to war. War is a dirty word now, but we will proceed accordingly after we shall have the copy of the arbitral judgment. We will always decide for the greater interest of our country. In the meantime, we are just hopeful for that. So again, I repeat, the drive against crime, criminality, and drugs will continue. Pati yung mga, do not so much focus on, I'm reminding the police, focus on yung mga drugs lang. Do not forget sa bagay naglipatan na lahat itong kidnap for ransom, murder for hire. Huwag ninyong palusutin yan. Pero pang iba, nag-shift na lahat because ang drugs, mura, madali itago at pera kaagad. I said, I gave everybody, every general, I think, of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, meron silang kopya yung kay Ian Grillo. He's the guy who wrote about the sad state of South America and those countries who fall into narco-politics. If not interdicted, itong droga na ito, especially retired General Vicente Luot of Class 82, PMH siguro to. He's now the mayor of a municipality. Narco-politics yan. And a host of other cities na hindi na-validate ng... Gusto ko kasi yung validated talaga. Itong sa ibang lugar pumunta tatanong talaga ako. I go there and ask. I hope that we would have a brighter tomorrow, our children safe from being harmed. Itong mga kriminal, baski saan, mga Pandakan, mga Santa Ana, Tondo, the criminals have hijacked. They have taken over the public streets and public places. Ang ating mga anak, hindi na sila makapasyal. And every time nagsasakay ng bus, yung mga anak natin na hindi naman lahat mayaman nagpapawis na yung kamay and they are under stress because hold up. We have to remove that fear. We have to remove that fear. Let us transfer that fear in the hearts of the criminals. Kaya kayong mga kriminal, huwag kayong magpasakay-sakay ng bus. Baka hold upin kayo ng pulis. Kayong mga kidnappers, huwag kayong makidnap kasi maabutan kayo ng tactical team ng Air Force, baka kayo ang makidnap. Na ngayon, pahingian ka ng pera, wala kang pera. Kung ako ang Air Force, kikidnapin kita because marami ka nang kinidnap. Tapos sabihin mo, saan pera mo? Wala sir kasi nagastos na sa sabungan. Di patayin kita. Wala ka pa ng pera So, huwag kang magpa-kidnap kung wala kang pera. Kasi kidnapper ka, tapos kung ikaw makidnap, wala kang maibigay, tapos ka rin. Ganun lang ang buhay, di ba? It's retribution. If the courts cannot give it, somebody will. God. Maraming salamat po.